Like and subscribe, and let's get straight to it. Before I begin, let's understand one thing. I am speaking to Hebrew Israelites, specifically God's chosen people, and those of the 12 tribes. Understand this secondly. I am not speaking to Neanderthals, which are Caucasians. I do not care what you think or believe. It is none of my business. However, you are free to listen and observe. Thirdly, owe you nothing. Owe you no explanation for anything. You owe me reparations, justice, and eventually karma will see that you pay me in full. So do not expect debate from me. Only fools debate with liars. Only a fool would debate with a liar and expect common sense to evolve from that conversation. Thieves and liars, you do not debate, because thieves have to lie to cover up the injustices to humanity that they have done. Let me repeat this. I want to be sure you understand. Only fools debate liars and thieves. Therefore, I have nothing to discuss or debate with liars and thieves. We also have nothing to talk about or to strategize about, since my goal is not your goal. Your goal is to steal, abuse, colonize, rape, or profit from the work of others. I'm not into that. So we have nothing to strategize about either. And to get into an intellectual conversation with a liar is ridiculous. Understand, we share the same physical, time, and space, but we do not share the same world. For the world is a mental construct inside the mind of every human being, and it is based upon your morals, your values, and your acceptance of truth, of which most Caucasians / Neanderthal seem to be absent of. My world is spiritual. Yours is material. I live in a world of order. You live in a world of chaos. Our lives intersect. Other than that, we have nothing in common. I consider you Caucasians to be Neanderthal, subhumans existing between primates and Homo sapiens. Let's be clear. I consider you to be spiritually, morally, intellectually, physically beneath me, and so do you. And so do you. Because I will have in the comment below a video of you calling yourselves Neanderthals and subhumans. So do not become upset with me, since we finally agree on one thing that and that thing we have in common. Other than that, we don't have anything in common. Now, I'm going to engage my people in an effort to pull us out of this rabbit hole of chaos, lies, and deceptions. As far as I'm concerned, you may continue your narrative that Columbus discovered America. Let this be our line in the sand, for I care not what you think and call yourselves, and why should I? What you think and call yourself is none of my business, and I owe you nothing, especially my attention. Understand this, my people. Our history, the Bible, has been bastardized and whitewashed. Atheism was created by nonsensical lies that defy human intelligence. Atheism was created by nonsensical lies that defy human intelligence. In other words, you can't expect a person to believe a religion that is nonsensical if he uses his mind to reason. Truth grows and adds up. Truth grows and adds up. Lies look for excuses to justify their nonsensical reality. Lies look for excuses to protect their nonsense, their nonsensical reality. For they desire the comfort of the illusion. They desire the comfort of their illusions. Questions are answers when we listen to the voice within, where the logic of numbers exists and the truth adds up and builds upon itself. In the mind is where truth has its being, for we live, breathe, and exist in the corporeal mind of God. We live in the mind of God, where logic adds up and does not look for illusory excuses to justify lies that only creates more chaos and violations of nature, destructions of our homes on a, as we can see, planetary level. The earth is our home. And right now, what we see is the genocide of people and the murder of animals for no particular reason. We see wars for no particular reasons. They solve nothing. And after the wars, what do? We negotiate. But understand what religions do. They pick a side. Religions pick a side. Russians pray to God. Russians pray to their God to win. Ukrainians pray to their God to win. How many gods are there? There is but one God, and religions should not be divisive. They should be joined by the hip with truth. And as we know, truth leads to common sense. Common sense is what? It is knowledge. Common sense is knowledge. Knowledge cannot be divided. It is what it is. Open your minds and question the ignorance caused by those who are liars, and ask yourself, does the life you live make sense? Does the life you live make sense? Does it make sense for a person to be worth billions and billions of dollars while other people are homeless and have nothing to eat? Does this make sense? Is this the love Jesus promulgated in the Bible? Is this what Jesus taught? In the thumbnail, there is a picture of Klansmen in church with a picture, with a sign that says Jesus saves. Saves, you're out there lynching and burning and using babies for alligator bait, and you're eating people according to the book Delectable Negroes, and you say Jesus saves. Saves who? Saves what? The Bible says Jesus is a black man with hair like mine, skin the color of mine. You paint a picture of a person that doesn't look like Jesus. But you have excuses for that picture. Liars need excuses because lies do not add up. They don't add. You need an excuse. Ashkenazi and Sephardic Jews, they need an excuse. They say that, oh, we moved to the Ukraine and we lost the melanin in our skin. Well, my people were captured and bought here over 400 years ago, and somehow I've kept the melanin in my skin. I am a black Hebrew Israelite. I look like it, and I do not need an excuse. I add up to what is in the Bible. But let me throw something else at you. When the Bible said that Jesus had red eyes, that was a metaphor. What it meant was that his eyes was red from the disdain of the ignorance that he had to put up with and try to eradicate on a day-to-day basis. Listen carefully. Let me give you an example, but before I do so, hear these words. The lips of wisdom are closed, except to the ears of understanding. The lips of wisdom are closed, except to the ears of understanding. Understanding is a choice, as are the lies people desire to believe. I don't waste my time with liars. And I've given you my reason for not doing so. So let me give you an example. Did Columbus discover America? Did Columbus discover America? I am not debating who arrived first. I am not debating who came to America first. I'm asking, were human beings here before Columbus? Questions are answers when you use your mind to reason. The lips of wisdom are closed except to the ears of understanding. And to understand, you must reason with the mind. When answers are obvious, questions are answers and need not be asked because they become rhetorical. They become rhetorical. Truth adds up. If you answered yes, you may now ask logically, who were the people? And logic dictates you ask those people when and how they arise. Of course, if you kill them off, meaning their elders, the keepers of their history, you can make up any lie you want. But that is not history. That is a lie. History is the truth. The truth can never be a lie because a lie can never be knowledge. Because knowledge needs truth, as I have explained, and lies need excuses because the truth will not add up with your ignorant lies, that it becomes more ignorant as time passes by. That's why people say, I can't believe racism still exists in 2023. It is because Caucasians and Neanderthals are holding knowledge back with lies and propaganda. As I've stated, the foundation of knowledge and wisdom cannot be a lie. For what is a lie but an illusion? And people who believe in lies are delusional, and we call them fools for good reason. The foundation of knowledge and wisdom cannot be a lie. For what is a lie but an illusion? And people who believe in lies are delusional, and we call them fools for good reasons. Now let me ask you again, did Columbus discover America? Did Columbus discover America? The question is rhetorical. Beware those who answer yes. I suggest you discount them and avoid them whenever possible, as I have. As I've alluded to earlier, I can't get into a conversation about God or God's characteristics with fools and liars and those with false desires who choose to believe the lie because it benefits them. The lies benefits them. It makes them feel good about themselves. And when you lie to feel good about yourself, it is because you want to delude yourself because you know you're ugly. Because you know you're ugly. You know your history is ugly. You know your parents were ugly. You know they were Neanderthals. You know they were subhuman. You know they are the missing link. I must rid myself of them to avoid a conversation where intelligence is futile. I must rid myself of them to avoid a conversation where intelligence is futile. Intelligence being those things rooted in truth, lies being those things supported by excuses. You see, I can't even begin a conversation about the existence of God, the nature of God, the characteristics of God, until I remove lies from the conversation. I do not want to have to I do not want to defend excuses. I do not want to defend an excuse is futile. To try to debate an excuse is futile when the person enjoys the delusion. Now, if you know you are a Hebrew Israelite, or at least question your ethnicity and are searching for truth, stay and listen. If after reading and studying the Bible, you consider yourself a Christian, there is absolutely nothing I can do for you. And I have no desire to change your mind. I bid you an adieu, and may God bless you. Let me repeat this. If after reading and studying the Bible, you consider yourself a Christian, there is absolutely nothing for you in my words, and I have no desire to change your mind. If reading Deuteronomy 23 did not change your mind, and you believe in the Bible, anything I say to you is futile. If you believe Ashkenazis and Sephardic Jews that live in Israel are God's chosen people, after reading Revelations 2:9 and 3:9, any conversation I may have with you is futile. I bid you adieu, and may God bless you. In my next video, I will explain how religions created atheism and how atheists are closer to God than most of those who call themselves religious due to their refusal to accept truth and to follow lies. Or should I say to accept lies as truth? Anyone who accepts a lie as the truth has a hidden agenda. My goal in this video was to open your mind so that you can begin to think for yourself, or inside out, not outside in. My goal in this video is to help you to think inside out, not outside in. And I'm not going to explain to you what that means. What I want you to do is ask God, what does it mean? Ask God, what do I mean when I say I want you to think inside out, not outside in? Ask God. You see, I'm not going to try to tell you what to do. I'm not your pastor or your religious whoever. I'm not going to try to tell you what to do. I want you to think for yourself and beware of the people that try to tell you what to think and what to do. And those people who try to think for you and tell you what to do, you find them in your church. You will find them in your church. And with that, I bid you adieu. God bless you. And in my next video, I will get into the existence of God, the nature of God, and the characteristics of God. I probably won't cover all that in one video, but in the videos that follow, I will cover these things. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you later. And those of you who have a good attention span, thank you for watching the whole thing through. Like and subscribe.